Hello everyone, I am very happy to be back with another viewer submitted deck. This one is from someone named Pancase, I think is how I'm supposed to pronounce it, and this is a Mega Gengar deck. And as always, we will go through their deck first, and then I will be playing a slightly edited one, but we will look at it. Munkidori, a classic. You have Mega Sharpedo, Fezandipiti, also a classic, and then you have your Mega Gengar line. A Petron to help switch things out, a Toxel to help power up everything, a Meowth, Buddy Buddy Poffins, Mega Signals to set up your Mega Gengar and your Mega Sharpedo, Pokepads, just your typical search, an Unfair Stamp to really mess with the other people, and kind of just the other typical setup things for your Dark type decks. I gotta say, I like this deck, and I've actually been meaning to maybe try one of these out, so this did, in fact, give me a reason to do that. But this isn't something we've done for a while. We got to drip out our deck together. And why not go with the Mega Gengar deck box? And, you know, Mega Gengar sleeves can never hurt. And I know I passed the Mega Gengar coin. Let's just go with the Mega Gengar coin. Alrighty, we are now dripped out, and it is time to try the ladder. So I have not played this original one very much, I will say. I have more been trying to practice with the edited one that I made, because this is the exact deck that I copied and pasted from my comment section, and if you are ever interested in submitting your deck, let me know. I would be overjoyed to try to play it if I am able to. I've gotten quite a few deck submissions so far. I think I have like 4 backed up that I'm going to be trying to do. I will say that this was not the best start to the game, but yeah, drop them below. Let me know if you have a deck that you're trying to make work. If you have a deck that you thought and heard was cool, then we can do it. And this is also kind of a follow-up to the Galarian Obstagoon video, or comment that I got a couple days ago, maybe a week or two ago now at this point. I added the Galarian Obstagoon to my edited version of this deck, and let me tell you, I am hitting over 1500 damage with some of my attacks with it. So that is always fun, but if you're interested in seeing that, stick around with me to the second half of this video, but we will see how we do. Because it seems like we are playing against a Mega Lucario deck, but it still remains to be seen if this is also a Mega Zygarde deck as well. But we should be able to tell pretty quickly. If they have Barnacle Boy in there, there's a good chance. Oh! This is a new one! This is a new one, I will say. I have not saw Mega Hawlucha in any deck so far, so this could be interesting. But it is, in fact, a Zygarde deck as well. And Zygarde seems like an afterthought, at least when setting up. But we'll see how it goes. They are pretty close to being ready to go. All they need to do is evolve this Riolu. And really nothing I have stands a shot until we set up a little bit more. But, you know, some of these cards in this deck are pretty good, especially the Mega... Why can't I remember what it's called? The Mega Sharpedo. There we go. I'm trying to just sit here and think. So we want to get our Gengar set up as fast as possible as well. I am skipping past Tox on Toxtricity, but the big thing is here is I want to... Munkidori is, unfortunately for him, going to be just kind of a filler at the moment. I will Boss's Orders Zygarde forward, just because it'll take some resources to get him set up, and that allows me to evolve my Haunter, attach an energy, and to Lily's Determination afterwards, without worrying about putting something back in my deck that could be useful. Boss's Orders right now is kind of just a time waster for him, so he, I guess not just a time waster, but also a, you know, time giver to me. I do like this deck. I actually had all the cards already. It was really cool because I like this card. I know a lot of people absolutely love this card. I don't know if it's as crazy as paying $60 for a deck box. It might be higher than that. Alright, he could not attach an energy because he only got 1 heads. This is an interesting card. He did attach the 1, though. The reason why I said the Zygarde seems kind of like an afterthought is because he doesn't have the traditional setup engines, and I would highly doubt that he has like a Crispin in here because he probably doesn't have different types of cards as well. So, we now have our fish all set up. We will Lilies, get our 8 cards because we haven't attacked anything yet, and set up that Toxel, which is nice. We can get our another Sharpedo set up. It seems like our Zigzagoon is prize lock, or excuse me, not a Zigzagoon. I don't have that in this deck. I apologize. Fezandipiti, I really probably shouldn't put Fez in just yet, but I do have a good feeling that we are going to be switching here and having Munkidori get 1 shot. So, yeah. And I'm kind of torn on what I want to set up first, whether it be my Gengar or my Sharpedo. But I think it's going to be my Gengar, mainly because even if he were to bring forward Fezandipiti and try to kill it, it would only give 1 prize card instead of course, 2. And my entire deck is set up around that. But that works. That works. That's not exactly what I was expecting, but I am very happy it resulted in that way. We can Lilies and see if I can get a Mega Sharpedo, and we did. How great is this turn? I can Pokepad, I can get a Toxtricity up as well, and while we are at it, I could put 1 more energy on there. I'm not too worried about it, but the main reason I'm putting another energy in there is, if you didn't know, I will show you in just 1 second. If you have energy or damage counters on it, it does 150 more damage, which brings you up to 270 damage in 1 go without any other power-ups. And I could Binding Mochi this. Right now, I'm kind of just counting on Munkidori getting 1 shot, which is why I'm not going much further. And then he will be ahead of me by 1 prize card, which then removes his ability to use, say, Lily's Determination to the fullest ability. So, well, he probably won't use it again as quickly, but, you know, the thought was there. I am not quite at the point where I'll be able to one-shot these guys. What's nice is Sharpedo's weakness is grass, and the bad thing is Gengar's weakness is fighting. So if he were to pull my Gengar forward, he's cooked. He's just completely done. So that is something I'm going to need to worry about. He should be able to Gaia Wave, kill Munkidori, but Deduction Kit, okay. I don't really know why he's doing that. I guess he could be setting up maybe a switch or something like that. But I feel that that wasn't real. I don't like this card, if you couldn't tell when I look at it. I feel like it's just kind of useless unless you're doing like one of the Slow King decks or something like that. Okay, Handheld Fan. The one annoying thing about this Mega Gengar is Void Gale moves an energy back. Alrighty, so we did Gaia Wave. That makes sense. That's exactly what I had expected. What would be really nice is if I had the Secret Arts girl. What's her name? Janini? I don't know how to say it. To be able to power up my Sharpedo a little bit extra, and then I might be able to one-shot. But that is not something that I really need to do at this very second. Who do I want to add? Yeah. Who else? Because we kind of have what we're looking for right now. I mean, a Petrunt would be quite nice, but I can't signal for that. I could try pulling into it with a Lilies, but I do, regardless, want to set up the Sharpedo a little bit more. I'll Mochi, and then I am going to be redoing my hand, so that's fine by me to do that. I do have the damage on both of these that I wanted, and that's exactly what I wanted as well. So we can Petrunt this Sharpedo forward. We'll be doing 280, which is sad, but we are at 320, and we got lucky with that black belt training. So we are one-shotting their Zygarde. And this is why I really wanted to look at this deck. It is a good one. I like it. It is not exactly how I normally like to play. I like having at least a little bit of switch up between the Mega attackers and EX attackers all the way down to, excuse me, the, I can't think of what I want to say, down to the one prize attackers. And you'll see that as we go into my edited up deck. But this is truly a really good one, and Pancase, I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, made a good deck, and I like it. I only added a few more things to it because, one, I need to do something. I can't just let you guys do all the hard work. But two, I also did want to switch it up a little bit more for myself, because you have, like, the Munkidori and things like that in here. Alrighty. So we do 310. So do we just win? 350. Short, simple, sweet. I never got to see the Hawlucha do anything, but I do think Hawlucha is an interesting card that I might try out in the future. But that was a short, sweet, and simple game. How great was that? Great job, Pancase, for making a great deck. Of course, we got to check out mine a little bit too. Like I said, I got to earn my keep. I will collect these. It's never a bad thing to get more and more of the currency. But if you didn't see, I actually did a 100 level opening a couple of posts ago. So we can check that out if you'd like to. But this is my deck. I almost forgot to go over it. We have Munkidori. We have the Sharpedo line, Fezandipiti. I added this Galarian Zigzagoon and all the way to Galarian Obstagoon, specifically for Scarring Shout. I used to, when I would play and just do this for just fun and to mess around, I would see how much damage I could do in one hit, and this is what has gotten me to the most damage in one hit I've ever had. I just earlier today got like 1640 or something crazy like that. 1640 damage in one shot. I usually don't even get that in an entire game. So that's kind of cool, but we have our Ghastly. I added in this Gengar to kind of switch up and make it so the Ghastly line actually has other use aside from just sitting on the bench. Non-Curse is nice, especially when I'm trying to help set up with Munkidori. But if I realize I didn't explain this very much, but Shadowy Concealment is nice. If Dark Pokemon are knocked out and this guy is on your team, they take one fewer prize card. So that's why I was talking about with like the Fezandipiti being worth only one instead of two. And we kept the Petra, Toxtricity, and we kind of, I for the most part, kept the exact same, except I switched up the A-Spec. I had the Max Rod. One of the big things is I always found myself kind of running out of the basic Pokemon. And that was something that was kind of difficult to come back from. So I added that in. I kept the Signal. I really kept most of the same things, except I added in Hilda. I keep preaching the praises of Hilda as a card. I think it's a great one because it not only gives you an energy search, it also gives you an evolution Pokemon. And this was what I was looking for last game. Basically, I poisoned my Pokemon, and if I wouldn't have pulled into a Petron, I wouldn't have been able to poison my Pokemon and deal the extra damage. Petrels, of course. Zoroark's, I always say Zoroark's, you should have at least one in every deck. Mochi is really what helped us. I added in this Punk Helmet. It prevents them from just chipping away at you with something like Badoo or something like that, because you will kill Badoo in one turn. But it also helps getting more damage onto your opponents. And that is all. I already dripped this one out because this is the one I've been playing quite a bit. And though I cannot guarantee a win, I do like this deck. I like it a little bit more than the other, but the other one still performs very well. So we will see how we do here. I am a little scared that it's going to be a Psychic deck. I haven't played against any Psychic decks to be able to test against it, but at the same time, I will be heading into a 2x, damage improver if I am playing against a Psychic deck. Okay, I never want to go first with any of these decks. I sometimes go first with like my Lopunny or my Cereal Edge decks, and I can't with any other decks. And I got I don't really want Petron to be there first, but it is nice. We did get our Gengar going. This card, it's worth so much money. I don't think it is as cool as the Charizard, and I'm talking about this guy right here. You've seen it if you've watched my channel before. And I'm not just saying that because I have the Charizard. I like the Charizard because it has Charmeleon and Charmander on it, even though in the English it covers up Charmander's face with the text. I really wish that this Gengar really incorporated much more than just being kind of fiery and poisony looking. Don't get me wrong, though. I think it looks great. I actually had the Japanese version of this card, and I sent it out to PSA to get graded. So I can't wait to not see it for the next, like, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it ends up being. Start that off. Petrol. I could Buddy Poffin again with Petrol. I think that's what I'm going to want to do. Specifically because I don't have anything I would necessarily need just yet. I probably could have looked at Hilda, but at the same time, it's not really what I need to do. And for right now, I'm just going to be having Zigzagoon be kind of my, you know, sacrifice. I do really, if whatever I pull next time, I'm probably going... Oh, man, I don't know what I want to do, because if... I probably should have gotten a rare candy, but I can't guarantee that this guy wouldn't have one-shot my Ghastly, just because Staryu starts off really quickly. It's very similar to like Mega Lopunny, Mega Frostlass, and other things like that with the amount of speed. And of course, Mega Lucario, as we saw last game. Because look at this. 50 damage to one of my opponent's bench. Excuse me, 50 damage to one of the bench Pokemon. I probably should have just gotten the rare candy, but that is a missed opportunity on my end. Of course, he needs to power everything up. But I will admit, I have not saw this fusion of Zoroark and Starmie before. Zoroark is pretty obviously just here for a draw engine, it appears. I'm really not sure what this Wooloo is here for. Maybe he just has his emotional support sheep. Because it seems like this deck is really just a put together of a lot of different things. Alright, we have the bigger sheep. That was just Poke-Padded in. Defiant Horn. Switch. Alright, I'm switching this up a little bit. I don't know why he would bring that guy forward, but at the same time, if he just doesn't want to deal with it, I understand. $50 to one of the bench Pokemon. Okay. It's only one, so I'm not too worried. We'll put in the Zigzagoon to kind of fill up the gaps a little bit more. Just so I can try to get some distance between what Pokemon I'm playing. Yeah. Let's see if I can get a Ghastly or a rare candy. We'll get the Toxel. I don't want the Secret Arts. I really don't have any good attacking Pokemon at the moment, so I think I'm going to risk it. I need to play a little bit riskier, so I'm going to be able to get what I need. And I got at least some of what I needed, so we will get that Haunter set up. We can have another Zigzagoon here. We can set this Sinister Surge up. I will put that on the Haunter because he will not be able to one-shot it. This Gengar is nice, but not really in this matchup because Jetting Blow only takes the 1. I will say that I can get the Zigzagoon set up a little bit more, but I intend to get a Mega Gengar, and then if I have any type of drawing next turn, I will try to get the Galarian Obstagoon going. because once I get my Gengar set up, I can really start doing things without much care in the world, because he will not be able to ever one-shot my Mega Gengar. But if he one-shots it before I get to set up, he most certainly can. So let's see it. Yep. Well, it's the one difficult thing about this deck, and it showed off really well in our first game. It's that it takes a while to set up. You probably saw that with the Mega Fraligator deck that we had done one of our previous games. So it's something that can be good, it's something that can be bad. It just depends on how quickly you're able to set up and how efficiently you're able to go around your opponents. Because Mega Starmie is absolutely crazy to go against sometimes. So, let's see what we pull into. Mega Signal. We can go Hilda. We can get our Obstagoon. And I will rare candy for it. I really don't know what I would like to do, because I don't have much else that I can do this turn. I can get a Sharpedo, put it here. I'm going to hope that I do not get anything done against me, but I can start trying to set up Petrunt just a little bit to get Irradiated Outburst. That will work because they are taking prize cards. It now hits 180 damage. If they were to take Toxtricity, it'll hit 240 damage. And then I can Boss's Orders something else if they were to get a 2-prizer. But that is still something that I'm kind of tightrope walking with. We will see if I can draw any other cards, because if I get a little Angry Piranha to evolve into a Sharpedo, that will be very nice, but we are kind of running out of time. At least against this guy, because he doesn't need to do very much whatsoever. He has a very good setup for what he needs to do, and what he obviously knows what he wants to do. He shouldn't be able to one-shot Toxtricity, and that's why I have it up there as a little bit more of a tanky guy to go against Starmie. But if he's putting so much damage on the back line with that 50 each turn, and if he would have had a, say, Munkidori or something, for example, this could be a very good deck. That he has going into me, but he might, and he might not even be playing it because he doesn't need to. I did want to show off the Gengar EX, because this one is just really annoying with Gnaw and Curse. You can actually have it just sit on the back line and just keep dealing damage and pair it with a Munkidori, or you can have it start attacking with Tricky Steps, and Tricky Steps makes it so you move around their energy and manipulate it a little bit. Because I can choose where it goes. So if I want to, I can start putting water energy on a Zoroark, or water energy on something else that is not good to be on, because Zoroark can't do anything with water energy. And if I was this guy, I probably would have set up at least trying to get a Reshiram in there, but it doesn't seem like he has an Reshiram, or at least that he's been able to use. Or a Zekrom. Kind of one of the big things is, if you're going to have Zoroark as a draw engine, I would highly encourage you to add in at least one of the End's Pokemon so you're able to attack with it. And of course, Zekrom and Reshiram are probably the best because they do a ton of damage. But also, you don't want to have something like Darmanitan or something like that that would take too long to set up. It's not really giving me what I need. I can Boss's Orders a Sheep forward, and that I might be able to get a decent amount of damage, but I'll ruin the Staryu. I'm not really in a position to be able to do much else at the moment. I hope that I will be able to deal some extra damage. I will keep going with this Petrunt. Yeah, I was gonna attack, but I want my Petrunt set up. It really seems like it's going to be the only thing. And I know I might have screwed up a little bit with what I wanted to do, that like what I had wanted to say that I wanted to do and what I actually said. I was thinking of killing the Staryu, but I really think the only chance that I have to get through this is going to be the Petron, at least at the moment, and that's a scenario you never want to be in when you're playing in this. He really just fought against what I wanted to do very quickly. And if you remember my video, if you watched it about how to play in person, you should probably bring notes with you and a notepad because he might have just wrote down kill this almost immediately. Oh, give me 1 second. Alrighty, he might just be ruining me right now because I can't really do much against it, and he can one-shot the Petron. So I'm honestly getting to the point where I might just concede, but I do have a chance with the Obstagoon to do 1600 damage, but nope. I figured he'd just go for the kill and win, and that's what he did. So, thank you guys very much for watching. It seems like our viewer submitted a better deck at least this time around than me, which I'm very happy for. I want my viewers and stuff to be kind of on their toes making stuff too. So thank you very much for Pancase for sending that in. If you want me to play any of your decks, maybe switch it up and see me play with a slightly different version of it, I would be happy to. I enjoy playing this game, and I hope you enjoy watching me, or at least enjoy the meme sounds and soundboard things that I do when I edit the videos together. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you back very soon.